Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be going over 5 graphic novels that are perfect for first-time readers. Welcome to the Watchtower, everyone, and today, like I was saying, I'm going to be going over 5 graphic novels that are perfect for first-time readers. So, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I've just been wondering, how many people have been wanting to get into graphic novels, but they weren't sure where to start because there are a ton of graphic novels out there, and sometimes people are can be a little overwhelmed and everything, or okay, where do I start? There's so many books out there, where's a good place to start with a character or whatever? So, what I'm going to do, and if people like this, I might do more of them, but I'm going to be doing a little series of 5 graphic novels that are perfect for first-time readers. And they're all going to be focusing on a different character or maybe a team or a concept or whatever to you guys give a broad appeal. So if you maybe you want to read Batman, or you want to read Superman or Green Lantern or Flash or Wonder Woman or whoever, or Justice League or, Teen Titans or whoever, you can kind of get a good idea of where to start at, all right? So we're going to start that with this video here, and hopefully if you guys like it, I'll just keep doing these videos. So we're just going to do that today. So the first one is, what's a good book to start at if you want to read Green Lantern? If you want to get into Green Lantern comics, where's a good place to read? Because there's a lot of Green Lantern comics. Green Lantern's been around for a really, really long time. What is a really good book to start at? And I would say a perfect book to start at is Green Lantern Secret Origin by Jeff Johns with art by Ivan Reyes. This is a really, really good book to start at. It's pretty much Hal Jordan's Green Lantern origin story. So it goes through, it really paints a really good picture of what his character is like, how he became a Green Lantern, all that kind of stuff, leading up into, all the stuff that he went through. It really just really delves into his character really, really well. So if you want to start with Green Lantern, I would say pick up Green Lantern Secret Origin and read that. And then, what happens if you want to start reading a team-up book? What if you want to start reading Justice League? Where is a good place to start with Justice League? And a really good Justice League story to start at, that's really, really new reader-friendly, is Justice, with art by Alex Ross and written by Jim Kruger. This is a really, really, really good story. So the basic premise is that most of the major supervillains in the world have this reoccurring nightmare where the world ends. So they decide to band together and start trying to save the world using their incredible skills and everything and their brains. Instead of being forces for bad, they decide to be forces for good. And then the whole premise is the Justice League is trying to figure out what their ulterior motive is, what's actually going on, why are all these bad guys being good, this shared dream. So it's a very, very good story. The art, Alex Ross is a master artist. This whole book is just painted by him. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to start a team-up book, Justice right there is the way to go. It's a great, great story. Next, I'm going to talk about Harley Quinn. What is a really, really good story to pick up if you want to read Harley Quinn? I'm a self-professed not a huge Harley Quinn fan, but there are some stories that I've read that I really enjoy her in. And one of the best that I've read is this book right here, Harleen, by Stefan Sajic. And this is basically, a lot of people pay attention to the fact with Harley Quinn that of the Harley Quinn fact. They don't look at who she was before she became Harley Quinn. They don't look at the Harleen Quinzel. And this book looks at who was Harleen Quinzel? Who was this psychiatrist who got influenced and manipulated by the Joker into becoming bad? What kind of person just becomes that? So this is very much a looking at her origin stuff and how the Joker was able to manipulate her and everything, and really just fleshing her out and really just showing her backstory and stuff, and kind of how her first moving to Gotham and how stuff happened and all that kind of stuff. And it's written and it's drawn by Stefan Sajic, and the art in this is absolutely gorgeous. So gorgeous, this artwork. It's really, really well done. So yeah, if you want to read Harley Quinn, I would suggest you start right here with this, Harleen. And then we're going to talk about a character who's a little bit more obscure. What happens if you want to get into and you want to start reading Mr. Miracle? If you like the whole like the deity aspect of the DC universe and stuff, and learning more about deities and stuff like that. Mr. Miracle is a great character to get into that because he is a deity. And then he's a new god and just dealing with all that and everything and getting into learn more about his character. And a great book to read about Mr. Miracle and stuff, and really get into his character, is the Mr. Miracle book itself by Tom King with art by Mitch Gerards. And this is a really, really great story if you want a very personal, heavy-hitting story. This is a very personal story, and it's very, very well done. Looking at Mr. Miracle and kind of all the trauma he has in his life from everything he went through and everything, and how he's moved forward with that, and just very, very well done as he tries to forge forward and make a family and everything, and have a normal life, but all this stuff, all this trauma and everything from his past that he's constantly dealing with and everything. And it's such a great, great story, and it'll really, really make you fall in love with the Mr. Miracle character. So if you want to start out and you want to read something Mr. Miracle related, I would really suggest this book. It is really, really good. And then lastly, it wouldn't be a list of mine unless I talked about Batman. So what's a good book to read if you want to start reading Batman? And Batman, there's probably 100 books you could pick if you wanted a starting point for Batman, because there's been so many restarts and everything and so many different things where you can start reading for Batman. And this is probably, if I continue doing this, I'll probably have a Batman story in here every time, because there's so many different ones you can start at, and there's so many different books for different types of people. If you want just a detective story or an action story or more of a horror story, there's so many different ways you can go. So we're gonna jump into this now. But what's a really good book to start out for new readers for Batman? And I could have gone many different ways, but I went with Batman and the Court of Owls. This is written by Scott Snyder with art by Greg Capullo, and this is a really, really great story. And basically, if anybody who doesn't know anything about it, the basic premise is Batman finds out that there's this secret organization that's been hiding in Gotham for centuries called the Court of Owls that has been secretly running things that he's never known about. In his city, there's this, so it's all about him trying to uncover this group and everything, and him going up against this group, the Court of Owls. So, very, very great story. They've introduced the Court of Owls in everything Batman related, pop culture wise. Gotham, they're going to be in a video game coming up. They're in so much stuff. They're in animated stuff. So, just the Court of Owls are a big deal. But this is where they start with right here in Scott Snyder's book. So if you want to read, and this is Batman at the A game. This is him with all the bells and whistles, all the gadgets. This is him just going out and just at his peak, and then realizing there's this deep secret that Gotham has that he's trying to unravel. So if you want a great Batman story to start out with, right there, Court of Owls. But guys, that's it. That's my top 5 books to get you started if you want to start reading graphic novels. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if you want to know, hey, I've already read this book or that book. Where do I go if I want to read something else about the character? Please let me know. And guys, let me know in the comments if you like these. Because if you like these, I'll do more of them, and we'll focus on different characters and stuff. But I wanted to do this one first to get you guys a starting spot. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you the next time I log in for Monitor Duty up here in the Watchtower.